Batac is located in the province of Ilocos Norte, Philippines. It is known as the hometown of great leaders. Among them is Ferdinand Marcos, who the people of Batac greatly take pride in. Batac also showcases numerous food that are worth the trip. This includes the famous empanadas, laing pizza, and many more. Located in the city proper is the Ferdinand Marcos Presidential Center. This is where he was born and raised. It has been renovated through the years, and now it presently houses all the memorabilia during his reign. On the first floor, you will find his various speeches throughout his reign kept intact and showcased in clear glasses. A big portrait of the late president can also be seen here. Aside from this, a mannequin of the late president wearing his barong Tagalog is also displayed here. When you reach the second floor, the first thing that will greet you is the gold statue of Ferdinand Marcos with the seal of the President of the Philippines behind it. Then the timeline featuring the different highlights of his life will begin. The timeline begins in the year 1917. Here, you will see various old family portraits of Ferdinand Marcos with his parents along with his siblings. You will also find the different books Ferdinand Marcos used while in elementary at Sarat Central School and Shamrock Elementary School in Lawag, Ilocos Norte. The next section features the year 1933. Here, you will see a photograph of Ferdinand Marcos as he was battalion commander with rank of cadet major while studying in the University of the Philippines. The year 1939. You will see photographs of Ferdinand Marcos along with his graduating class. You will also see a figure of Ferdinand Marcos wearing his graduation toga. He graduated cum laude in Bachelor of Laws with the President Quezon Award for his thesis and topped the bar exam. The next section features 1943. Here, you will see various photographs of Ang Mga Maharlika, a secret resistance organization against the Japanese in World War II, which Ferdinand Marcos spearheaded. The following year is 1949. Here, you will see a portrait of Ferdinand Marcos when he was elected as Congressman of Ilocos Norte with a huge margin. At 32, he was the youngest congressman at that time. The next featured year is 1954. This year, Ferdinand Marcos married Imelda Romualdez. Here, you will see various photographs of Ferdinand and Imelda during their wedding day. (1959) is the year Marcos was elected to the Philippine Senate. Here, you will see various photographs of him during his oath-taking, along with photos of him and his fellow senators during their sessions. The following year, he became Minority Floor Leader and eventually became the President of the Liberal Party. He was elected Senate President in 1963. When you turn to your right, you will see the year 1965, the year Ferdinand Marcos ran and won as President of the Philippines. Here, you will see various pictures of him campaigning in the different parts of the Philippines. You will see his campaign pictures in Ilocos, where he counted on his fellow Ilocanos for their full support. They were called the Solid North. To serve as a break in the timeline, the various dresses and ternos Imelda Marcos wore at different events, parties, meetings as First Lady are on display. The First Lady believed she needed to dress lavishly. In 1969, Marcos was re-elected as president. He became the first and only Philippine president to win a second term. Here you can see pictures of him winning for the second time. The next year is 1972. This is the year when President Marcos signed Proclamation number 1081, placing the entire Philippines under martial law. In the pictures, you can see that lawless and anarchy ruled the streets of Manila. You will also see here the video of Ferdinand Marcos declaring martial law. The following years are the years 1973 to 1980. You will see here a portrait of Ferdinand Marcos and also a figure of him wearing a coat and tie. During these years, international economic recession was happening, but Marcos made sure our economy still kept on growing, thus providing security and employment to the masses. The next year's section features the highlights of the former First Lady's time in politics. In 1975, she became governor of Metro Manila, and in 1978, she assumed office as the Minister of Human Settlements. She also became the foremost patron of the arts in the country and came up with the Cultural Center of the Philippines and the Manila Film Center to promote Filipino pride and culture. Photos of Ferdinand Marcos interacting with children is also displayed here. (1986) is the year the famous People Power Revolution began and also the end of Ferdinand Marcos' regime. 1989. Here, you will find a room with an empty desk and one of Marcos' famous saying painted on the wall: "For every tear you shed, there will be victory." This was also the year he was exiled from his country. He later on succumbed to illness and died in Honolulu, Hawaii. In front of both rooms, you will see a photograph of Ferdinand Marcos sitting in his office and also a replica of this photo, complete with a table and a figure of Marcos wearing his barong Tagalog.
I learned about the different achievements of Ferdinand Marcos. What struck me the most is that he was such a normal person who became one of the most intelligent and smart presidents of the Philippines.
2 buwan na po akong nagtatricycle dito sa Batak, Ilocos Norte. Gusto ko magtrabaho dito sa Ilocos sa Batak dahil makamarkas ang pamilya ko.
Through this museum, you will be able to discover the thoughts and insights of former President Marcos during his presidency and learn of his achievements and struggles as a student, lawyer, legislator, and president. This museum will always remind us of the legacy Ferdinand Marcos left.